Welcome, everybody, to another edition of NXT on Tap. I am joined here tonight with the Ginger Ninja, Jaxpo, and the Encyclopedia of Wrestle Talk, Feel the Future. How are we doing tonight, guys?
I'm doing fucking fantastic, dude. I'm on cloud nine right now.
What an episode of NXT we are having the ability to talk about tonight. I am so excited. Who wants to open up the tab tonight and gets the first words in?
Go back and watch it. If you haven't seen it, take the time out. Go back and watch it. Stay off the internet. Don't stay off the internet because you got to watch us. But go back and just enjoy. It was from the North American, from the Heritage Cup champion matches all the way to the main event. I thought it was a solid NXT tonight.
Everything flowed so well.
Even if you only watch two matches, the opener and the closer, that's like just those two will make you invested in the rest of the show.
Yep. I mean, like NXT, again, they're proving why they are the superior brand when it comes to like, who is it? Raw, SmackDown, NXT? What is it? They are proving time and time again, from beginning to end, they know how to structure a 2 hour, like several matches into a 2 hour time frame. Like,
I've said it before, and I'm saying it again. NXT is the best wrestling show week in, week out. Prove me wrong.
Tell us when we're telling lies.
Exactly. Yeah. CBC talking about LA Night. That'll be on Friday night with our Friday night review after we discuss SmackDown. So make sure you come back and join us for that one. So let's start off with the first match of the night. We had the opener. It was the
number one
NXT World Championship number one contendership, which was Wes Lee versus Ilja Dragunov. Who wants to start?
Ilja Dragunov's going to beat the shit out of Carmelo Hayes because that's what he does. But I thought Wes Lee and thank you. I got it. Got it at a Raw when it came to town. Big Cody Mark. I'm going to end up stealing that thing over Scalz bed. I'm being honest with these guys. But no.
I got that at the that was at the last house show I went to in MSG. That night, the two that were there for the autographs was Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. So you couldn't get a better pairing of autographs being available to be sold.
No. I have a Dean Ambrose one from when I went to. He was the autograph of the night.
Ooh.
My first ever one that I bought was SmackDown in December of, I believe, 2019, before the pandemic and everything hit, and they had the John Cena one.
Ooh, okay.
And then, as you can see, Phil, there's a Drew McIntyre one up there. I still have yours that I got to send to you.
Got it.
But
anyway, on to this match. Again, you've got Wes. Like, honestly, what better way to start off the night? Wes Lee. Wes Lee has proven every time Wes Lee has started a show, it has always started off so well. And adding Ilja to the mix, like putting in like Wes's electrifying way, his way of just electrifying the crowd up, along with Ilja just bringing that absolute intensity every single time. It's guaranteed to be an absolute banger of a match. Like they had him on the, like when they threw him out to the outside, you had like Lee literally had Ilja Dragunov in a spin cycle. He's literally like spinning around. Helicopter, you know. But oh man, at the end of the day, Ilja taking the win over Wes. It feels, at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. But if this is Ilja's way of coming back in blood, is his way of getting it back in blood at No Mercy, I am all for it. Carmelo maybe want to know, but the Mad Dragon is looking for his prey.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Should have been the main event skills. But I can understand the sentiment behind that. Just we'll talk about the main event when we get to it. Shadow did not like the finish of it. A lot of people right now in the IWC have not do not like the finish of it. I, for one, am a fan of the decision that they made. We will get into that once we get to the main event, like I said. This match, nonstop, they were amazing. Wes Lee has proven himself. He is... If tonight was not a sign that he is getting called up to the main roster imminently, then I'm fearful that his contract is expired. That's one of the two things that I take away from what happened throughout the show tonight.
Do you think that if he goes to the main roster, Wesley's one of those guys that get lost in the shuffle?
I mean,
and just get used on house shows.
If Vince
getting used on house shows is not a bad thing, but I can just see him getting lost in the shuffle.
If Vince is writing creative, yes. Right. If Triple H is the main person writing creative, then no. I don't think he would get lost in the shuffle. I think he would fit perfectly in at a lower to mid card right now, and then build his way up just like he did in NXT. Because I once believed when Nash Carter left that Wes Lee was even going to be a great singles wrestler, and this man proved all the haters wrong and all the doubters wrong.
Yeah, especially being from the usually one rascal by themselves
doesn't do well, right?
Right, but I mean Trey Miguel became X Division champ on his own, you could say. Mm-hmm. If Trey Miguel and Wes Lee have not proven that, I don't know what.
Exactly. What's going on, Will? How are we doing tonight? Overall,
I got to do tonight.
I
got to watch NXT with one of the people you thought hated NXT.
No. See, Will was not a fan of NXT, but lately he has been turning that corner and getting involved. And it all started because of this show right here. This is the reason that he started watching it, and now he's become a regular view of NXT. And it is great that Will has come to the dark side.
Yes. I hope you didn't tell me we had cookies.
Where is Cameron Grimes?
I don't know where Cameron Grimes
Mr.
is.
To the moon. Oh, I miss him. Last time I saw him, I think it was the Fatal 4-Way for the what was it? For the United States title.
Yep, for the United States, for the chance at the United States Championship. I remember that.
Well, that's right. He did just wrestle.
On Smack.
What was next on the card? I don't have it up yet.
It was wasn't it I don't remember it, but I think it was a 6-man tag.
I
just don't remember the opponents.
I think so. Yeah, it was the Creed brothers with no. It was Brooks and Jensen. It was
that was not yet. It was the recap about what happened to Von Wagner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we had Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker.
Yeah, they like we were saying how that was a great ending to NXT with just the boom turn to absolute fade to black, showing us what they showed us afterward. Good golly, they made it look like, oh my God, Braun killed him. He's dead.
Tonight, what they did with Baron Corbin was amazing.
That was crazy.
He came out. He looked like he was ready to talk smack to Braun Breaker and reprimand him for what he did. And then he goes, oh my God, you did such a great job. Like, I couldn't believe you actually did it. And it was just cool that they were bonding. And then next thing you know, they're fighting. And we have a match set up for
No Mercy.
So I'm excited for this match. Braun Breaker has gotten immensely better as a heel. It has changed, and he has some nice character development on it. And then Baron Corbin, I'm loving this Baron Corbin. This is like him being himself, and it's great.
Yep. I also want to say this, that this new theme he has, why is it not on streaming platforms yet? Uncle Sean, Uncle Hunter, what are you doing?
I don't know why. I mean, it took forever for the Usos to get up there, for the two new Usos ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on this segment, Jax?
I'll be excited to see their match at No Mercy, but
like these are two big dogs.
It's gonna be one of them hard hitting match. Corbin's good in the ring.
I love his callbacks. I love his callbacks to what he's done.
Yeah,
he's like, I retired an
Olympic
champion. I sent another Olympic champion home before he even got started, aka Gable Steveson, which is a great little dig at him. And then he said, I took care of Roman Reigns too. Like,
yeah, I faced Roman Reigns in Madison Square Garden. Like,
after that segment, that's when we got into the 6-man tag, which was Drew Gulak, Charlie Dempsey, and Damon Kemp versus Josh Briggs, Brooke Jensen, and Miles Bourne.
Yeah, I honestly didn't. I was thinking that, like, with Miles Bourne, it's like he might be turning a corner. You know, I'm done being the guy that you always got to beat me up for. Like, I'm finished with you with you jokes. So he's with them. And then the next thing we know, he just runs Brooks' head into the freaking post. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, did he just make a mistake? And then once Kemp pins Jensen for the win, he just goes in and joins them. And I'm like, wait, this was a scam the entire time? But then again, I think Bourne has been trying to prove himself to Gulak and Dempsey that, you know, hey, I'm better than what you think I am. I'm not some schmuck who you're gonna have just bring water, come back, and just start beating me up for no freaking reason. I'm a guy who will get in the trenches and fight.
And I get that. I just wish we would actually been able to see what he could do in the ring.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking forward to tonight, to see actually what he could do, prove himself that way, and not be the little plant to help them win the match.
Right.
That's the one thing I didn't like about it. Any thoughts, Jax?
This match, I mean, I couldn't really get into this match. I'm not a big fan of the 6-man tags. There's too much shit going on for me. I lose focus. I'm gonna be completely honest.
The good thing about this one is that it was quick.
Yeah.
It did not last long, so there really is not much to talk about that segment. Hello. Hey, Al, how are we doing tonight? So next they had a little back out. They had a little segment saying about the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament is coming back.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see people like Danny Palmer, Lola Vice. I mean, Lola Vice has already said herself that she's gonna be in it. And then, of course, I said Danny Palmer. She used to hang with Sol Ruca before Sol Ruca got injured.
Roxanne.
Yeah. Roxanne had that thing with Lola and Elektra, but it's just going to be Lola in the breakout, from what I think.
I think this is why. This is where you get Jade coming back. Cora Jade.
Yeah.
Al. I don't think they're putting this title on Raw. I don't think Becky is going to be traveling back and forth. I think she is going to be staying in NXT for quite some time. I think that's the plan with this one. But we will have to see what happens at the end.
Hurry up so we can talk about the Clash.
Oh, Shadow. We then had a backstage segment with Mackenzie Mitchell talking to Eddie Thorpe. I liked how this was done.
Mm-hmm.
Dijak. Go ahead, Jax.
Does Eddie Thorpe remind you of the Tonka?
You're talking about Tatanka.
He reminds me of like a DJ Tatanka. Like if Tatanka had a son, it would be Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah. Like from what I do know about Eddie Thorpe, WWE actually picked him up from New Japan. I don't know who he was with in New Japan specifically. All I know is that he used to go by the name Carl Fredericks up there, and then when he came to NXT, he got this character of Eddie Thorpe, this Native American DJ.
It's awesome. I like it.
I wouldn't say, Allison, I wouldn't say we're demoting Becky. Like, that's the thing. Everybody keeps thinking that NXT is a development brand. It's like, it's the development. They need to develop a character and a storyline, give momentum. No, like, it's more than just that. It's way more than that.
NXT is turning into a third brand by WWE. And the people that are not enjoying NXT are not seeing this. They're getting upset because all these other stars are coming down. When the stars are coming down there, they do not call it that anymore, Al. They haven't called NXT a development brand for months since everything happened with Triple H taking over. They have not called NXT a development brand. Even Nick Khan has come out and said that he wants to turn it into a third brand. They don't need to rename it anything. NXT is a great name.
NXT is NXT. Like,
why do we need to rename it? It doesn't say NXT developmental brand. The developmental show is NXT Level Up. That's the show that is the development show, where you're leveling up to go to NXT and perform there.
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched Level Up.
Neither have I. But I think for those of us who want to watch the Heritage Cup Global Invitational, we'd be watching it just so we could watch the just be watching the matches in the tournament.
And they don't bury people's momentum, Shadow. Tiffany Stratton looked like a star tonight going against Becky Lynch.
She did.
Since all you want to talk about is the main event, let's go right to the main event. We'll just go right there.
All right.
Tonight, Tiffany had her best match in WWE.
I believe so.
Bar none. Best match. And it's because she got to work with a top talent like Becky Lynch. She could not have gotten that out of anybody that is in NXT right now. The closest person that could have gotten this match from her is Roxanne Perez if they gave her the time and the ability and the trust to do it.
Right.
That's the only one I felt that could get this type of match out of Tiffany Stratton. So, yes, this match helps Tiffany Stratton even with the loss.
Mm-hmm. Like even though Becky was the one that took the title off of her, she's getting a major rub because Becky Lynch is like right now, as far as Raw, like Becky is the main woman on Raw. She's like the top of the women's division in Raw. Even though she was the one that took the title off of Tiffany, like Tiffany proved she can hang with the best woman on the Raw women's roster. Like, it just makes it better for her going forward.
I thought they put on a good, but I did say what would be the purpose of putting it on Becky. Like, I was shocked. I was honestly shocked they pulled it. I thought like Trish or someone was going to come out on NXT and cost Becky the match. I was like,
right.
There's no way Becky wins this. There's something. You could ask about like some shenanigan might happen.
Yeah, like some woman, whether it's Kiana James, Blair Davenport, Gigi, you feel like somebody's gonna be the one that goes, ha.
Blair and Gigi already took themselves out right before this match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
they were fighting in the back, so they're already setting up. They're continuing their feud back there. They were attacking each other.
Even before she even went out, even before Becky even went out to the ring, she got the chance to meet up with Lyra Valkyria, which for most people who didn't even know, like, how are they so familiar with each other? It's because Lyra Valkyria is also Irish. She's from Ireland.
Oh, it's my man lover. Hello, Cam.
Hey, Cam, what's up?
How are we doing tonight, Cam?
Lyra Valkyria is actually Irish. I believe she's Northern. I think she's more Northern Irish than just Irish. But besides all that, seeing that they got to like interact for a little bit, because I think Becky Lynch was did help her out as in training her for like NXT UK when she was known as Aoife Valkyrie. But so yeah, for me that was great. You know, just seeing like, you know, student masters sort of like talking it out and all that cool stuff. Knowing that Lyra had just come off of, you know, her match with Dana Brooke. But yeah, Heel Queen, you're absolutely right. If Dolph can win the NXT title and boost the ratings up that way, why can't we do the same on Becky Lynch? Why, Sway? You don't have the answers.
If you don't think that all these decisions are to prove that NXT can be a third brand and to get their ratings up, then you guys are honestly lost in the decisions that are being made. With the TV contracts coming up next year, they need to have focus on what they can do to bring value to these companies to get the contracts that WWE wants. Because right now they're losing the contracts with Fox because they're losing money because the ratings are not where Fox thought it was going to be for the value that they gave them. So now WWE is trying to do things to improve ratings.
Correct. NXT was fine without Becky. Just had to lose on a random ass episode.
I don't think this was a random ass episode. And I said it to Will before while we were watching NXT. This is the first episode of a new era. This is a first episode that a WWE is now TKO. This episode had to hit on all cylinders.
And it 100% did.
I agree.
And I don't think NXT has any random ass episodes anymore. Every match, every week, the episodes are getting better and better. You're having great matches. You're having pay-per-view quality matches on everything.
That's like that's like saying Mick Foley won the WWE. No one's ever said Mick Foley won the WWE title on a random episode of Raw.
Yeah, because that was no random episode. Like, that was huge. You had The Rock and the Corporation. Like, when Rock and Mankind had that match, The Rock was backed up by the McMahons, by Ken Shamrock, by the Corporation. Whereas when Mankind came out, Mankind had everybody from DX, Triple H, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg. He had them in his corner. But then who's the guy that determines everything right at the very end? None other than Stone Cold Steve Austin himself. Tell me the answers there, Sway.
I
don't see anything as a random every episode of every wrestling thing has it's a further something.
And NXT is the best one at doing it. Out of all of the shows that are out there.
Wait.
This is how you make that feud, though. You can't make her come down and lose. Why is she fighting again after that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, again,
you're not wrong with half of that point, Sean. I can't disagree with you on the second half of your point. But
maybe they called Tiffany up.
I've already explained why they're bringing people down to NXT. It's not going to be. No, the main rosters are not booked good.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. You have so much talent, but let's bring back Nia. Well, I mean, I don't know. Nia was sort of like the thing is, Nia was kind of teased ever since the beginning of this year. She was the last entrance.
Royal Rumble.
She was the very last entrance in the Royal Rumble, and yes, they may have messed up her music so that it didn't go off when the buzzer went. But still, we still got Nia Jax coming back to the Royal Rumble, which is like, holy crap, we've got Nia Jax. This is insane.
I'll talk about that being awkward on watching it on TV. Imagine being there. I was at the Rumble this year. It was funny because no one in the crowd knew to cheer or to boo or what the fuck to do when her music hit.
Yeah, they're just like
shut off
just,
and hit again.
Everyone's like, wait, what? She's
back? It was a shocking moment. Like, okay, I didn't see this one coming at all.
Like, that's the beauty of that about Royal Rumbles is like you don't know who's gonna come out, but yet they tell you who's gonna be in there anyway. It's like, don't tell me, let it be a surprise. Like, Jesus.
I just don't understand. Here's another thing with the main event tonight. And did people bitch when Finn Balor went back down to NXT?
No,
not really.
They didn't bitch when he went to NXT and won the NXT title.
I wasn't
not that
really
I remember.
mad about it.
Now leave it to that Finn Balor stayed on NXT. I'll give him that much. He stayed on NXT.
From everything that I have been read, is Becky is going to be in NXT for the next 2 to 3 months.
Okay. Shadow's like I did. I thought it was stupid. I didn't know if anyone did.
Now my question to that, Shadow. What has it done for Finn Balor now?
It just made Finn Balor look like more like a hell of a boss.
Exactly. Without that happening, you don't get Finn Balor in the Judgment Day the way that you have him right now.
But here's another thing, and this is because Becky, as strong as Becky is, who in NXT can hold a candle to Becky Lynch other than Tiffany Stratton? As we know of right now, we haven't seen her in any other match with anyone down there. Like I'm pretty sure her and Roxanne could have a banger.
That was gonna be my one.
I could agree with that. I could see Roxanne and Becky having a good match. Like, or you can even have the student match. Or like I said, you can have Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Throwing it out there.
I mean, there's a bunch of women's talent in NXT. And them going and working with Becky Lynch is only going to make them better.
I agree.
And Will has a great point. The strike right now means that they need to get more eyes on the USA product more than just Monday nights. So they need to get the eyes on NXT. They need to build up the ratings. And NXT ratings have gone up week over week, year over year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It is the only product that is consistently gaining.
Yep.
All the time.
And I mean, like, I know this is like news that's maybe a month, 2 months old, but I mean, NXT has recently bought out 3 names of ECW pay-per-views. You know, we had the Cyber Monday, Cyber Sunday, whichever one that was. The Massacre on 34th Street I don't know, Breaking Point, I think. They bought out 3 different type of ECW pay-per-view names, which means they're only thinking about continuing to grow NXT more and more.
Okay. I'm going to answer this question. Do I think that Dom winning the NXT North American Championship takes away from NXT?
I don't think it does.
I do not think it does, because what it has done is it's put more eyes on NXT with him going down there because of his heel heat that he has. And 2, it's getting Dom better in the ring every time he wrestles. And putting him in the ring wrestling more is only going to make him better.
I mean, hell, like from the segment we got today between Dom and Carmelo Hayes, we've already got us a match next week of Dirty Dom versus Carmelo Hayes, NXT champion versus North American champion, champ versus champ. Like, if he can't go up against a champion like Carmelo Hayes, like, what else are we like? All we're doing is hindering Dom if we're not putting him against great talent.
And that segment was actually really good, and it proved that Dom can actually talk on the mic if given the chance.
If the crowd gives him the chance.
Oh, yes.
Like, I've been live I was in a Monday Night Raw. That motherfucker, he's got that heat that you want to have, because you don't want to you want to watch it just to see how the crowd's going to shit on him. But they boo the shit out of that man. Yeah,
they boom out of the building every time. And Shadow, just to counter argue, the main roster shouldn't be holding NXT straps. Remind me again. So, did Solo Sikoa also hold the NXT North American title on SmackDown for just a little bit?
I will say one thing with that. He technically was not officially on SmackDown. It was like his second week in the main roster when he did that. But they also stripped it off of him because he was a main roster talent.
Right.
Which begs the question, why aren't they doing that for Tom?
Dominic.
Or for Becky.
But,
and the reasoning behind that is because it's now a third brand. Everybody hates the decisions. You know what? Works for me.
You know what you're going to be surprised by, Cam, when I show up at your front door one day naked.
Jesus Christ.
It's an everyday thing with me, Cam. Like, if he's on the show, I'm in the chat. You can ask Scalz.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All the time. It's hilarious.
Jamie, what's up?
Okay, Will. I didn't realize you've answered the chat under Jamie's name.
No.
Ooh, see, now he's talking dirty to me.
Some of the other things that happened tonight on NXT are they had two more matches in the NXT Global Heritage Invitational. You had Tyler Bate versus Axiom.
That was a good match.
Very solid match between the two. You had Tyler Bate pick up the win, so now he is currently in second place in Group A behind Butch. Axiom is in third place, and Charlie Dempsey's in fourth
with no points.
And then
do we still figure out why he's representing the United States?
Charlie Dempsey, I don't know. I think Dempsey might have actually been born in the United States and not in England. Like Sir William Regal.
Oh.
I don't know.
Ship Dom hasn't been. Makes your booking look idiotic. Hold it, but just.
This is why me and Shadow can never argue, because he types too much and I'm not reading all that shit. Sorry, Shadow. I love you to death. I'm just not reading all that shit.
Yeah, I know it's a I know it's a tournament,
but what? This is different. This is not a true tournament. This is a round robin. This actually has multiple matches for these people. It's not a one and done like the AEW ones that are predictable as anything.
Right? Yeah, it's literally each person is facing every other opponent in their bracket.
I will agree with what you're saying though in regards to like the Women Breakout Tournament, because that's going to be similar to how AEW does stuff. That one we really don't need. But I'm liking this Heritage Cup tournament. This is just awesome how they're doing it. And I literally just said that we didn't need that one.
They've been doing the showcase tournaments for like a while, because like Carmelo,
but they're not the same.
Literally won the men's breakout tournament, got himself the North American Championship. He unified those championships and then went on to become NXT champion.
See, I like the old school tournaments, like the Cruiserweight Classic and the
Cruiserweight Classic. Oh.
The Women's Showcase gets you a title opportunity. Doesn't it get you a title opportunity?
It does give you it does give you a chance at a title opportunity. And Roxanne, and I mean, the fact is, with Roxanne, she won the said women's breakout tournament. She used that ability to go and win herself the NXT women's title.
Yeah, no, she was gonna win it until Cora Jade.
She was gonna win until Cora Jade interfered
and broke the skateboard before she hit her.
Yeah, she had to wait.
Casper broke that. John Cena just happened to be standing there and forearmed it. I'm a firm believer of that.
Tozawa is done in the tournament. He is 0-3, so he had no points, so he can go back to Monday Night Raw.
Poor Tozawa. At
least he had some TV time. Give him that much.
You had a good match.
I like Tozawa, honestly.
We had a really good match between the Creed brothers and Malik Blade and Idris Anafi.
The Fresh Prince and Carlton.
That's the first time
I'm going with that.
That's the first time I've heard that, and I love it.
I looked at Wild and I was like, who the fuck are these guys?
I mean, the thing is, I've always called them the Fresh Prince and Carlton because Idris Enofe always comes out looking like a frat boy prince, so I call him Fresh Prince. And then Malik Blade used to come out with that that
fucking sweater
with that
vest,
dusty ass sweater vest, and I'm like, what in the Carlton is this?
So, I don't think they're gonna do new title belts because of the fact that WWE makes so many of the championship belts for teams that win, and they want to still have that WWE logo out there. So maybe do we get one belt, a new belt design by TKO? Maybe. But overall, I don't think it's going to change any of the belts for either WWE or UFC, honestly.
Yeah, because these belts, as y'all can tell, I'm slowly getting into belt collecting. What I've noticed about WWE belts that are different than other ones is their branding's real big on them. Fucking front and center.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the logo where like my Ring of Honor belt, it says Ring of Honor real small. Where like you look at the NXT belt, it says NXT in big ass fucking letters.
Yeah, I can see it from here, right behind you. I can see the big X.
Yeah, it's a big ass, and that's the one. That's not the new version.
No, that's the older one.
Yeah, that's the one Adam Cole carried.
Yeah, that was before they had to make the new one to fit around Keith Lee's waist.
Yeah, and now it sparkles and shines and changes colors.
Can't wait to see interim champs and shit.
But I don't see them making new belts. You had Mustafa Ali saying he's going to reclaim the North American Championship in No Mercy, and then Dragon Lee interrupted him, and Ali says Dragon Lee will get the first opportunity when he wins.
Yeah, I mean, now that's a match at that's honestly a match at No Mercy that I'm ready to see. I want to see Mustafa Ali versus Dominic Mysterio because I think that one's going to be a great match.
His shadow is on.
Your bantamweight champ,
Mustafa Ali. Fuck out of here, TKO.
Jesus Christ! Fuck out of here.
3-1.
Did you see they had a TKO belt today at the stock market?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
shoot,
they did.
I could just see Roman Reigns walking out of that bitch Friday night.
Here's the thing: that TKO belt reminds me of the UFC belts. It looked cheaply made.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that solid weight belt. Like the UFC belts don't look like WWE belts. I'm just hoping they don't turn WWE belts into that looking. That's what I'm afraid of. But I don't really think they would do that. Mm-hmm. You're right, Al. They should. They absolutely should add a women mid-card belt. Been saying this for years. Put the tag belts away for a little bit. Get rid of them because while I love Chelsea Green and her gimmick and everything else with this, she's perfect for it. They need to focus on a mid-card belt. I would even be okay with 2 mid-card belts, one for each show.
Yeah, hopefully with this new merger, Ronda comes back.
No, go away. She's done. No one wants Ronda on here. All she did was ruin the division. Other things that happened tonight on NXT, we had the Schism vignette, which I actually thought was a pretty cool how they did it. They were talking about it. They put their hand on the tree, saying the tree was dead and everything else. And next thing you know, Trick Williams is looking at his tablet, watching it.
Yeah, that's a cool way from like segueing into another area of it. It's like they've got the one thing happening on the outside, and then Trick is just like, oh shit.
The women's division, middleweight. Jesus
she's been that way for like 12 years. Make the U.S. title intergender. I actually would not be mad with that.
So I would
like an open.
I don't know. You'd have to change the name. You'd have to make a name that they really don't have a belt for. So that's
the NWA has a mid-card women's belt.
I know, but I'm saying like she was saying it could be the Intercontinental, but I feel like we need to have a different name, but they do like doing those same names for the belts. So I could
Bring
definitely
the
see them.
European title back.
There is talk about the European title being the main title when NXT Europe starts.
Yes.
That's what the talk is with that. But I could definitely see them doing a women's intercontinental and women's US championship.
The flyweight champion, R-Truth, I'm dead. I mean,
they have a mid card belt, but
that's the TBS title.
Don't get Allison started on that shit.
I can't even talk about that because they really don't have a division and they have 2 belts.
Yeah, especially with the fact that Jade Cargill's back.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened on NXT tonight. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on?
Well, I mean, then again, there was also the stuff that's happening where apparently Wes is saying he's done, he's out of here, and I guess that was his actual girlfriend, or whatever.
Yeah,
during the Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes segment, they were talking about it. Trick was saying, if you need me at ringside for next week during the match between you and Dom, then I will be out there for you. Then in the back behind that, you see Wes Lee cleaning out his locker.
Yeah.
Throwing things away. And then he takes off his name tag and drops it in the garbage, takes his bag and walks. And then I catch up with him later saying, what's going on? He goes, well, I said before, if I'm not going to California, then I am done. And he walked out and went home.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting because they sort of did the same thing with Cora Jade, where Cora Jade was like, you know what? It's like, you know what? I'm done with this. Y'all don't even need me here. I was the one who brought all this up. Y'all ain't worth my time. Y'all ain't shit. I'm out. And I mean, I'm pretty sure she'll be coming back soon. I don't know if it's main roster or NXT, but either way, we will know that it will be interesting.
Oh, she'll be coming back a little bit bigger. So
yeah. All right.
But yeah, overall I thought NXT tonight was a great show from start to finish. You had 2 really great matches in the Wes Lee Dragunov match and Stratton versus Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any final thoughts before we get going?
There was also one final match. I know this one we didn't really touch on, but I just want to touch it a little bit. It was Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria had her match tonight with Dana Brooke. The stuff that they're doing with Dana Brooke, even though nobody gives 2 flying F's about Dana Brooke at this point, Dana Brooke is I'm kind of interested in what they're doing with this character because, I mean, Dana used to be like, you know, she used to be just like, you know, basic babyface jobber, but like the way that they're working with this character, it's almost like, look, I'm done with the bullshit. Like I'm about to display heel tactics right now. But yet, right when it seems like she's about to do something that she's not supposed to, Kalani Jordan, like her protege, is always one going, "Whoa, you got it, like, Dana, you got to freaking chill, girl." And she's like, "Okay, yeah, I was kidding," but like, it's like I have never seen the side of Dana Brooke before. I think out of all the time she's been in WWE, they're doing something weird with her, but I mean, I don't know where this leads. But I mean, it will be interesting to see what they do with her.
I know Kalani Jordan's going to be going to be the one to attack Dana Brooke because Dana Brooke keeps trying to. Well, Dana Brooke's going to turn on Kalani Jordan, and then we're going to have this feud between them 2. Mm-hmm. So I know where that's going. I'm just curious as to what they're going to be doing afterwards. Oh, Shadow.
Ah, you motherfucker.
Shadow hitting on all cylinders tonight.
Any final thoughts before we close the tab tonight, Ginger?
Just give NXT time to cook. Everything deserves time to simmer and cook. Let's see where they go from here.
NXT is the most consistent wrestling brand out there right now. People just need to give it the time of day so they can see what we are seeing and watch this show.
No, it's overcooked.
It's not overcooked, but okay. But as we close the tab on another episode of NXT on Tap, Ginger, where are we going to find you?
You can find me here every Tuesday for NXT on Tap. Also find me on Tuesdays and Sundays over on Rivet City Radio for Botch, and Chair Shots and Dirty News at 4:20. Find me on Rest Talk Wolfpack every Wednesday and Saturday.
Phil, how about yourself?
As for myself, if you like seeing this handsome little devil who happens to be a pro encyclopedia, you can find me basically on all forms of social medias. And I will especially be on Thursday's episode of Boss Bitch Trivia, as we do have the super show happening of the super show. I guess it's a super show of champions, I being a previous champion. And yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a tournament right there. So woo! Yeah.
So, before I say where you can find me, just little housekeeping notes. So tomorrow night, 10 p.m. right after AEW, join us on Rivet City Radio Twitch. You have The Boom with Cam G. On Thursday, which will be at 11 p.m. Central Time, midnight Eastern, I believe is the correct timing. We have the Boss Bitch Trivia doing it a little bit later, but that's because it is the one, the only Boss Bitch herself birthday bash. So make sure you guys come out, check it out. It's going to be a great time, lots of fun.
And watch your boy win.
That's on Rivet City Radio as well. Then back here, Friday nights, 10 p.m. Back with Friday Night Review with myself, Jamie Rose, and Cam G. And we'll probably throw a little bit more football in there, as we had a big week this past week to cover up. And then Saturday nights, 8 p.m., is the return of the Aqua Prince and Prince's Movie Madness, right here on Off the Top Media as well. Make sure you check them all out. So I am Scalz. You can find me here on Off the Top and on YouTube, and then also on Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram, Off the Top Media _. I hope that everybody has a great evening. And then if you did not see NXT, make sure to check it out. See you guys again soon.
Perfect 10.